Okay, guys. Hey, welcome everybody. I don't know if anybody's actually tuned in or gonna tune in, but we got our second player interview coming up right now. Uh, so I'm just gonna call him, and the player is the player is. Hello, Ed.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
how's it going?
Okay, great. It's going great. How are you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing this, and I think everybody's going to appreciate. We've got some interesting stuff to talk about. So I want to get just right down to it. Basically, we've got a few questions for you. We'll start them off, but wanted to ask about your name actually, because I never saw it spelled this way before. So is this short for Edward, or is this a nickname,
Uh,
or
it is a nickname that I guess you guys have heard of Ed and Eddie, of course. There's Ed, double D, and then there's Eddie. And for me, my actual name is Edgar, Edward, and etc. So I have two Eds in my name, two different Eds. So that's why I made myself double D, EDD.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, that's I would have never guessed that, so I'm glad I asked. Okay, and sort of following up, just where are you from?
I'm from California, US.
Cool. So another American player from the southern U.S. Marsh was from Florida, I think.
Well, I'm West Coast, so.
West Coast. All right. Next question. What kind of gaming equipment do you use? Basic stuff. Anything fancy?
Um, Well, I've always, since I started playing Halo, I've always had A40s. They're pretty good, I guess. That's my headset, of course. They
Okay.
have my mix amp and everything. Other than that, just basic PC. Have my RAM, nice CPU, good video card.
Cool. Okay. And I'm sorry. Did you mention a keyboard or a mouse of any
Ah,
kind?
yes, I have a, is it the Razer Death Adder Chroma mouse,
All right. Cool. I think that's
and
what
then
Marsh used too.
I also have a Razer Black Widow, I think. Yeah, Black Widow keyboard.
Okay. Cool. Well, I have some kind of shitty computer that's shipped with my computer, or keyboard that's shipped with it. So I was thinking of getting a gamer keyboard because this one is causing me a lot of frustration. But anyway,
Well, I'll
okay.
definitely tell you, the Black Widow makes a lot of noise. So, like the clicking is
Oh,
definitely
really?
not one. Yeah, and it clicks like hell. My wife gets pissed off at me sometimes.
That could be an issue.
Yeah, there's a new one. It's good. The Chroma. Get the Chroma, man.
The chroma. Okay. Well, I always say that I can't justify spending it, but at the same time I make use of it like too much. So
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Anyway, all right. Uh, I think I just asked this question actually. Next question. You've achieved a lot of rank ones, both at the single player and team clan match ladder. But which type of game do you prefer?
I've always loved clan matches, 2v2s, of course. They've always been so much more fun and, in my opinion, more competitive because you're working with a teammate. And not to take away from 1v1s, 1v1s obviously take a lot of skill as well, but for me as a player, I've always loved 2v2s a lot more.
Cool. Yeah, I play both as well, but I was expecting that, so I was gonna say I predicted you'd pick clan match. Well, I'm
Yeah.
quite glad that you did. Either way, I thought I could guess your favorite map, which I think is Heck Freezes Over. Is
Yeah,
that
I
correct?
can I can say Heck is one of my top favorite maps, of course.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's probably for a lot of competitive players, it's probably one of their favorites. But so that being the case, I wanted to go and do the thing where we're gonna look at the map on the map editor, and I want to talk to Ed about certain builds and show you guys sort of different ways in which things to consider as you're building from different positions on the map. So without further ado, we're gonna connect via TeamViewer. Hopefully this works out. Oh, looks like it did. Now, one thing people on my stream aren't going to know, but Ed is having this weird issue where it's echoing for him, so it might make it more difficult to explain things, but we'll give it a shot.
All right, you can start me off.
Okay, cool. Well, here we are. This is the bottom right of Heck, as a lot of people know. And so if you're in a clan match game, let's say you're in a left versus right clan match game, and you're playing a Soviet player as allied.
Okay.
So here's the base. Let's see. Basically, what would you want to do, or what are the things you want to think about at the beginning of the game?
So it's right v right. I mean left v right. Sorry. And my teammate is Soviet and our opponents are both Soviets.
Sure,
Or do
yeah.
they
Let's
have a
say they're
Soviet ally?
both good Soviets. Might be prone to rushing, but they're very strong in any case.
Okay, so they're both Soviets. Oh God, this is so annoying.
Oh yeah, the echoing thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so first thing to keep in mind is that you are probably gonna get rushed. It's a 2v2. I'm allies. They definitely don't want me to build up, because I can just provide a lot of air for my teammate and just harass him while my teammate takes him out. So, God, this is so frustrating.
Hey, you know what? Maybe what would be better is I'm gonna just we'll do the thing through Skype again. Sorry, this echoing thing, guys, is probably really a nuisance. I've had it happen before. It makes it virtually impossible to think. But so I'll call you back with Skype, and I'll just sort of navigate the map maker, and you talk about basically because I know you could put your barracks here, power plant there.
Okay, how about okay? I'm gonna close Team Viewer,
Okay.
and
And
I'm still gonna stay on Skype now. Now, if you share settings on Skype, I guess.
oh yes, share screens. This screen. How did that work?
Connecting. Okay, there you go.
Okay, perfect. So here we are, bottom right of Heck again, and I'm just gonna be presumptuous here and say we're gonna build towards the gems.
Okay, exactly. So, as an allied player, well, I'm not naturally an allied player, but you're thinking about saving yourself or protecting yourself from a rush. This is your typical build, where bottom right, you're always going to build toward the gems. Obviously, the war factory comes in next, and you're still building all the way to the right. Uh, there's there's different players right here. Some players like Path uh, usually go AFC right after their war factory.
Okay.
But I won't. I normally go another refinery, and I just have my sentries ready, just or my pillboxes, just in case I'm gonna get rushed. And then I'll put my refinery on the far right of the ore factory, headed toward the trees, so I can build off to the ore.
Something like this, I believe.
Yes, exactly. And then my next build would be the AFC in between the trees.
Just one moment, coming right up.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
yep. So at this point, depending on whether I went one miner or zero miners, I'd either pump out one Rocky or two or three Rockies. Because
Okay.
if I did one miner, then I'm probably gonna have to start pumping a little bit of Rockies so I can keep him away from me as he tries to rush me.
How come? So if you'd only build one Rocky versus three, uh, I guess that's you. Do you check first to see? I mean, some players build like a flak track before you've even built any air units. What do you do if you see that happen?
Well, it's a 2v2, so basically if my opponent on the bottom left has a flag track already, then I'll use my Rocketeers to go start harassing top left and help my teammate do some damage. And I don't know if you've seen these on some of my streams, but there's times where I even ask my teammate to make a drone, and he'll try to drone my opponent. And if he can't land a miner, then I tell him to save it and wait for a flag so he can drone that flag. So we'll have some teamwork going on. And
Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. In fact, So you use the rocky to basically lure the flak tracks out.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Well, I think that's some pretty good advice for allies facing sort of strong Soviet rushers in a clan match game, bottom versus bottom on Heck, which is a pretty specific scenario, but one that happens nonetheless pretty often. So why don't we just take a look at the top of the map now and talk about the same situation, only now you are on the top. Still on the right side, we'll say, and allied.
Okay. See, this is completely different here. On the bottom right, I'd sometimes, depending on who I'm playing against, I'd probably go zero miners because it helps me defend the rush better. But on top right, I always go one miner, no matter what. Even if they're rushing, I still go one miner because it's a little more closed off. You're a little more tight. Your base is a little tighter. So a couple sentries, or pillboxes, is gonna defend your base a lot better than bottom right. Bottom right, you're stretching as you saw from one place all the way to the ore. So if you make one pillbox, let's say next to your power plant, and he goes and attacks your war factory, then you have to make another pillbox over there, and et cetera, et cetera. So
Hmm.
when you're top right, it's a little more cramped. So one pillbox can hold like a little bit more of like an area, I guess.
So I don't even know actually. Where would you want? Would you build toward them or would you build down, stretching?
Always build my power away from them.
Okay,
And then my barracks, depending on the mood, I'd probably put it, no, I still put it behind me, like toward on the bottom of my power plant, I guess you can say.
like somewhere here or
Yeah, you can say somewhere around there.
sure.
I'm not picky about my barracks.
But you do want to have your power plant sort of shielded a bit.
Yes, of course. I wanted it behind me.
Cool. Okay. So now Soviet and I guess a lot of players typically they're going to stretch from the left side. They're going to end up with a refinery somewhere in this area. Just 1 second. Soviet refinery. Oh, look at that. I've got the pretty big hacks. So there's a refinery here now, and inevitably they're gonna try and sort of lock this area down with camp gears, sentry guns, and Tesla coil or something like that. So you're facing this. What do you do to attack if they're pretty well entrenched?
You don't attack. That's the thing.
Uh,
As an allied player, most of the time you want to just camp. And this sounds a little, I don't know. I hate playing against campers, but you have to turn into a camper when you're playing as allies, because what you provide as an allied player, is you have good camp, plus you have those air units that can help your teammate. If you're helping your teammate throughout the whole time with air, then my teammate's gonna end up helping me go up top and kill my opponent on top because their opponent's gonna be a little bit behind.
yeah, I see. Okay, so they get entrenched here, and you more or less hold steady with your ground units and try to pester your opponent's uh, your ally's opponent with air units. And
Yes.
okay, cool. All right. Well, we've got a pretty long game coming up that I want to check out, so I think that's enough of heck tips for now. But I'm sure people would probably be interested in hearing more of this kind of thing. So maybe we'll even do sort of like a video just about this at a later date. I certainly found it interesting. But coming up now, oh, and I think we're already in this sharing screens mode, so we won't need to adjust anything. Would like to look at this clan match game, which I think you might have even won best video submission for, because it's a pretty exciting game. So I'm just going to start it off, and it is a heck game. I've muted the sound for everybody's benefit. I'll leave it at that. But all right, Ed is the red player. I know that much.
Yeah, so this is my point of view. And like guys, I was talking about allies before. In this game, I'm Soviet, so I can play completely different. You know how I was saying, as your allies, your main goal is to camp. Well, in Soviets, I don't camp at all. Like I'm always consistently attacking. Well, that's what I try to do at least, unless I fall behind somehow. But anyways, the first thing that I want to do is just split and help my teammate because he's allies. So that's my goal as Soviets all the time, no matter what.
Okay. So here we are, just seeing our way through the scout. But I guess now you've revealed that he's an allied player you're facing. And you've went for one miner. I see you named the drone 1.
This helps me keep track of it, make sure I don't lose it.
Do you put the hidden unit reveal option on? Show hidden units?
Yeah, I do have that on.
So that's something, guys, if you don't know, you can, in the main menu options, the beginning of the game, you can set it so that you can see hidden objects, which will show anything that's behind a building. And
Or under a tree hiding or something.
exactly. Oh, look at that. You got him to put up a sentry gun. But it didn't touch your drone. Let's see if I can.
Yes, the sentry gun being placed. So I use my drone mostly just to kind of try to keep the allied player behind.
Right. Does that go in through the front of the miner? Ed, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, pretty much what I'm doing is just splitting against that allied player. Their allies, I really do have a hard time against allies, but I've noticed that one of their weakest points is if they're not grouped. If you split against an allied, then it becomes a little bit easier, I guess. And it's always good to split because you can't like hear his attack. I mean, he has way more tanks than I do, but my miners are just gonna destroy him.
Yeah, they when they find themselves amongst a bunch of Soviet miners, it's like you have these mobile sentry guns that are just walking with you.
Yes, exactly. At this point, yeah, I messed up. I think I didn't intend to bring those things down.
A little TT
Yeah,
action there, I think.
how did that happen? So,
I use the TT way too much, so all kinds of stuff I don't expect happens. Better to use groups if you can, I guess. Or I think Mason says he uses select from the bottom. He like clicks manually. I don't know how many war factories you've got up at the moment.
I think at the moment I have two, and I have not stopped harassing top left. I think it's just to help my teammate.
Yeah, you've been had like 3 rhinos up there the whole game.
Yeah.
Once again, here they come. You're doing a good job of keeping them alive, despite you don't really have any flak tracks up there.
Yeah. Here they come. Let me point out that I'm playing against Sam right now. Sam, honestly, in my opinion, he is one of the best allied players. I am playing with Adam, which is also in my top two. I would always put my top two allied players as Sam and Adam. No matter how many haters are out there that think Adam's a douchebag or whatever, his allied play, it was just really good.
You're crazy good. It's
Yeah,
funny you
and
mentioned that. That's the
yeah.
two players that I pick, actually. saying Samo plays now, but Adam doesn't play anymore right now. But he
Yeah.
was incredible.
So at this point here, you see Gino, which is top left, just went through my base and took out half of my tanks there. So this is where I start to struggle a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, it's off to such a good start, but it's gonna be 20 minutes. Something goes wrong.
Yeah. I'll tell you that what I honestly think is Adam is just toying with him up top. I don't think he wanted to finish it, but I was over here struggling against Sam like the whole entire game after helping my teammate so much, you know. But God, it was such a great game. And you see my build is just off.
Yeah, your build is definitely looks like you've been paying attention to other things.
Here's the thing though, if I remember correctly, I know nowadays, and this isn't too long ago, but because it's Gino, Sam, myself, and Adam, we are old school players who, when I first came back, I always hated. I really did hate the fact that people play with MCV repacks on.
Yeah,
I don't like it at all. Like I still don't like it unless you're playing 1v1. It's all about like if you're playing Heck, it's all about build orders and getting to that next ore patch by building correctly. And you can see I'm not building correctly right now, but regardless, I we don't have MCV repacks, so I can't just go to my cave and take my MCV up there and just, build from there. I have to build toward it.
yeah, it makes it. It's definitely a challenge for map makers to make it so that it works for repacks off. But so in this game, repacks is off, and you made a stretch I didn't really even think was possible, and there you're down to the second level now. How many miners do you have?
Not sure. I think I have like 6 miners. I think that's why I had to sell one of my war factories. That was a little short in money.
I'm not sure. It doesn't look like Sam has enough to push you right now.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm playing just defense because I know I'm struggling with money. Sam has a really good economy right now.
So yeah, you're but in such a position like your prospects are worse the longer the game goes on if he's out ecoing you.
Yeah.
But I guess you're expecting that Adam should be winning at some point.
Yeah, typically that's what happens, you sacrifice yourself a little bit and set yourself a little bit behind so that your teammate can win. And that's always been somewhat like my role.
Nice use of the desolator there.
Unfortunately, I
This is looking a bit dicey.
oh yeah.
Oh no. Wow, that turned out worse than I thought it
No,
would.
notice what I said right there. For people who can't really read it, it's a little bad quality. It says dead. I called out to my teammate saying I was dead. So right now I'm on like full defense mode. Like all I can do is just hold. That's the typical word for a 2v2. When one of your teammates dies or is dying, you just say hold. And at this point, I already know he didn't have to say it, but all I'm doing is just holding. He might pull something off. So I'm just trying to defend now. That's my goal.
And you immediately letting him know like this is where you're at.
Yeah.
So if he should think about trying to win.
I don't know if you caught that, but that primary building thing that I was talking to you about, I think like a couple days ago, it was happening right there. I was trying to get some desos coming out of my MCV barracks, and there it is finally. They were coming out at the top at my second layer.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I have not got the same keyboard I did years ago. When that stuff goes wrong, it's pretty frustrating. So Ed and I are talking about making a building primary. That's pretty good use of desolators right there.
Yeah. For those of you who are barely coming into Red Alert, you have to know the biggest counter to allieds, or allied tanks, I should say, are desolators. I mean, they just demolish.
Yeah, they're like a pillar of the Soviet defense, just generally. Like they work in Soviet versus Soviet.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Latov is a. You know what? I wanted to bring up Latov because it's funny how nobody pronounces his name the same way. I have
Yeah,
always called him Latov. I remember one of your streams. I think you were with Mason, and
right.
he was calling him Latoof.
Yeah,
So
Latoof.
I was like, okay, is that how you pronounce it? That sounds kind of goofy. And then I think on the last interview with Marsh, I think he called him Latov or something. I don't know. It was another different one.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
can't remember how Marsh said it, but it was different. I say lat. Like I basically heard you say it actually in your first stream. I'm like, that's how I hear it in my head. So Latoff, whatever, or
yeah,
maybe.
that's how I say it. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't want to say Latoof if that's not how you pronounce it, because I don't want to sound like somebody who's trying to sound like they know how to pronounce something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Whatever you say, I think we can all agree he's pretty much the best player right now.
Oh yeah, he makes really good use of those decils, which is what I was trying to talk about. He's a really good decil player. But anyways, as you see, I'm just holding my own with just desolators pretty much.
Yeah, what
Uh,
happened here? You're winning now? What?
I wouldn't say I'm winning, but I'm definitely just holding. And he's just scared of finishing me off because I have so many decils everywhere. I mean, I have some hidden on his side. You can see right here, just random desolator right there.
Yeah, like these desolators are coming out of the trees. They're
Down
just
there
like,
in his base, yeah.
and look, now you've done this is a classic technique. You have an attack that's he can't access because you blocked it with desolators.
Yes. Now he has to go around. So pretty much I'm just running around hoping for him to not attack me. That's all I'm doing. Like just a distraction, you can say. And I see a lot of people who are losing that they have like no last resort. Like they're just done. Their last resort is do something.
What
Get out of your base, just run.
what happened there, man? It looked like you had his MCV, but you chose not to kill it. At least.
I think his Rockies and all those
Oh yeah,
pillboxes
yeah,
scared me.
yeah. I guess you can't just trade your whole army just for his MCV, because
Yeah. I'm still just running around. I just want to cause as much distraction and chaos as I possibly can. Wait for
probably
my teammate to do something, yeah.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Delaying a bit as well. Because if you were at your base with this size army, then he would probably think that he could press you. But you're
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just luring his tanks away from me and just kind of like doing what I can, just making sure I have some units out there and I can just stay alive.
things are getting crazy now. It looks like everybody's involved.
Yeah, yes.
There's random desos walking through the mid that are Genos, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. He was already in mid. I saw some miners in there.
But I
So as you can
also
see, I only have 3 tanks. That's all I have right now, I think. I My whole army just died. And you see, I'm not gonna stick around. I'm just gonna go out again. Like if
yeah, you don't
if
want
I
him to notice that you only have 3 tanks.
you want to cause as much distractions as you possibly can. And I have Desos staying in my base, so I want to do something with these tanks.
I notice. I think you have a veteran man in the bushes. Oh, that's a prism tank or a mirage tank.
Yeah, that's Mirage tank for my teammate.
Oh,
See,
nice deso there.
I hit some Desos in that flag, so that was a surprise for him, I'm sure.
That look at that. Oh, those tanks are just dying.
Now I really this tank fight. Um, it's actually I think it's one of the best tank fights that you can see. It's really fun to watch. I watched this video a couple times already before.
He has this one elite tank.
You'll see
Wow,
it
did
right here. It isn't this one. You'll see. You'll see it. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Must be the alcohol.
well, you did do a nice job of targeting his elite tank and using your drones to follow up.
Yeah, you see, I'm running out of ore. There's nothing else out there. I'm broke. I have 0 credits right now. I have 0 money, and he still has like the whole base. So
But
this doesn't look good at all.
what's up with Adam? Come on, finish the job already.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think he was just goofing off up there, not knowing that I'm struggling. But it made for a good game, man. It made for a good game. If Adam just would have taken command and just finished the game off right away, it wouldn't have made this game. Honestly, this game was really good. And I'm not gonna just say that he could have just finished it off because Gino was actually doing really good holding himself. Just how I'm doing. Gino was doing to Adam at times. And
Look at this. Yeah, Gino's actually used his miners to sort of make a bit of a stand there.
yeah, yeah.
So I think you dodged one, or maybe there was only. Once again, saving your Deso, which is going to be a nuisance.
Yeah, so at this point, you see,
But you've got no counter threat here while Sam runs to save Gino.
yeah, man, I have nothing, but I'm taking something. I'll take something at least. Never
That's,
like to let my teammate out to dry.
I'm like, yeah, I like that too. I'll bring a conscript. Fuck it.
Yeah, something, man. Hey, I'm on my way. At least I can say that, right?
At least I have job.
Yeah, that was a good one. Here we go, man.
Okay, so there's like a flat track.
Yeah, see, Adam's struggling right now, holding his own too, because as you saw, Sam's over there just destroying him too. So I bring my tanks, and now I'm helping, guys. I'm helping.
And that's going to make a big difference, actually. Because, first of all, it's going to get Gino not paying attention.
Yeah, and it gets Sam to go away from Adam a little bit and see how his tanks went to defend Gino.
Yeah, and as soon as that happens, Adam's economy turns out 5 new tanks, basically, immediately. So,
Yeah, and all I did was just pretend I was going over. Well, not pretend. I really did want to go over there, but as soon as I saw his tanks, I came pulled back. I don't want to lose the little units that I do have. So,
yeah. And you're building sort of a bit of steady stream. Now it's looking pretty bad for them.
yeah, it's if you see Sam's base, he still has like pretty decent base. But I mean, compared to Adam, he still has a really good base as well. And me, I've sold everything. I have what if I can see on the radar. I think I have like 3 buildings up. That's all I have. I think it's probably a power refinery. Well, I still have a barracks, so and a
Yeah,
war factory. I
you've
guess I
got a
have.
war factory.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
you've still got a radar, though. Still some shit, but uh-oh.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
it right
it.
here. No more refinery, so
Uh,
I'm fucked. My eco is done.
No more refinery and $800. And not building it. I don't think you have any air units right now, actually.
I have some. I think I have a flag out there
Uh,
somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
one.
So at this point, I can't build tanks anymore. The what I can do is just make a couple drones, whatever I can of drones. So
And
see,
Sam
yeah,
is fucking about with those paradrops.
like I said, man, Sam's really fucking good. He really is good.
Yeah, Sam's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Uh, so your 2 miners are on a strange mission now. Are they gonna? I guess they're gonna try and give money to Adam.
That seems like the probably the smartest thing to do. I'm not sure what they do though. I'm not too sure.
There they
Yeah,
go.
there they go. Guess they are. As you can see, I'm still running around just with whatever units I have, man.
Wow. And is this? Oh, here we go. Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh,
Or
there's my
no?
desolator.
The Deso is still alive. Oh, this is the thing that it's really annoying. Actually, can happen if
Yeah.
you don't have a refinery. Your miners can get parked on your allies' refinery, and that can be like jam up their economy. So watch for that if you're in a clan game.
Yeah. So this is the tank fight I was actually trying to talk about. I mean, I thought this was like really not to boast about myself, but I thought this was really good for me. I think I had luck. Obviously, there was some luck involved in this, but look how many tanks he has: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 7 tanks against 3 and a drone.
So yeah, first
Yeah,
thing
he
is to
has eight.
not waste your drone
Tanks.
right away.
Yeah, he has 8 tanks there, and I'm over here trying to defend my teammate.
Nice. They went into a soft tank. So you're thinking to click tanks that are not infected.
Yeah, and then I run and then go back in, run and go back in, so he doesn't have a time to target his infected tank.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you got the elite one. Oh yeah.
That's a GG right there, man. I thought
Brother.
that tank fight was pretty much the deciding factor. Well, despite Adam already destroying his base, but I love that part about me, you know.
Sweet. Well, excellent game, and thanks for taking us through that. I really enjoyed that. Actually, I was caught my vote for best video as well. So, oops, just one other thing before we go. I wanted to say, of course, thanks for doing this, and you have a Twitch channel. Here it is. I'm gonna put this in the YouTube description. But you do like games and stuff, or do you? What's on your Twitch channel?
All right. So first of all, it's Twitch slash or TV.tv slash forward slash VL Tality. A lot of people might mistake that first. Well, I guess it looks like an L here, but uh, for Vitality, it's actually my name, but since it was taken, I had to change it to VL Tality. And I do play CS:GO and League of Legends. I don't stream them often. I mostly just stream Red Alert because I can't handle it yet. My stream doesn't. I guess it lags a little bit. It's a little bit slow on CS or League of Legends, but I do have a program that takes the clips off of my League of Legends or CS games, and I started posting them on YouTube, and I have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/xx kaboom. It's XXKABOOM.
Oh, cool.
And
That's a lot handier than my link here, which is
yeah.
garbage.
Oh yeah. So I'll be posting clips there or past games. I've been posting a lot of Red Alert games on there, and then either clips on which is most of the clips that I do is just because they're a highlight of something great that happened during that time, which is of CS or League of Legends. And I also want to mention I have, and this is just new. I'm starting off with it just to see where it goes. I have a Facebook fan page, you can say, quote unquote. It's facebook.com/CNC Ed EDD. So
Cool.
there's that.
I want to make
And then
sure we put those in the links for this video, you guys. If you want to check out that Facebook page, that'll be in the links for this video.
awesome. And then also, like I said, it's all about. You hear my kid. This is what it's like all the time. I have a kid in the background. He's playing his own games right now. He's playing like Shark Attack on the iPad. Anyways, uh, I'm
He's like,
starting
"What
off.
is this garbage?"
Yeah, I'm starting off a Twitter account, which is at Vitality Love, and that's actually spelled out exactly how you hear it. Vitality Love. There's no secret L's or anything, just Vitality Love. And I'm starting it off just so I can say maybe sometimes when I'm live or when I'm about to go live or before I go live or something like that. So those are my channels.
Very cool. Okay, Ed. Well, I think that's everything. So thanks for doing the interview, and it was great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, good luck with future interviews, man. I think this is awesome. Honestly, you should keep doing this.
Yeah, I hope to, and I hope to do weekly power rankings too. So you should definitely compete so that you can take a spot amongst the top 10.
What is the power rankings? Why don't you tell me something?
I don't know what the power rankings are yet because I haven't compiled stats for last week. But whoever competed is eligible, and I have a hunch that Latov might be number one.
Well,
Anyways, cool. All right, thanks, Ed, and talk to you later.
all right, man. Thank you.
See ya. Okay, guys. Well, that's the interview. So, thanks for tuning in. This is the second one. I have 3 other guys who said they'd like to do one, and I'm going to try and follow up with one next week. Not sure of the date yet, but I will leave that information in the YouTube video. So the YouTube channel is Red Alert 2 Pro Games. So like the words Red Alert 2 Pro Games, and my Twitch channel is the one you're tuned into, so I don't think you need to know that. The server is xwis.net, and the forum for that is xwis.net/f. We require serial to play on xwis.net, but we're going to get a few of those for giveaways, so stay tuned. Check out my YouTube channel, or you can email me, and I will respond at redalert2 for you, the words for you, at gmail.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.